Welcome back, folks, to another episode of MLM. PJ here, and in this episode we're going to be tackling a VW camper, but not this one. Yes, I admit it, I went out and brought another QuickBuild kit from Airfix, but this is the one that I'm probably happiest that I've got. This was the one that Moz told me about in the tavern. That's Moz Models 6510. Did I get that right? No, Moz 6510 Models. So Moz, I finally got one, and we're going to be putting together this this lovely little VW camper van, and this is product number J6024 QuickBuild Volkswagen camper van. No glue, no paint, just build. Plus 5 years. So again, I qualify. So we'll get the box open, get it put out on the bench, and we'll start doing some sorting and assembly. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. So here we go, folks. We've got our VW camper scattered across the desk. We've got our plans out, and it starts always with part 1. So there's our chassis. It requires a bumper. 42 pieces in total, this one, by the way. So not too taxing. So there's the bumper. Engine cover, and you'll see on there there's a belt. There's what looks like a belt cover, and on there goes one of our stickers. So we'll do that before it gets covered up. Okay. So far so good. We've only put 2 pieces on. Now we're looking to assemble the right hand side of the VW. And as you can see on here, there are some letters L and R. So there's an R, there's R. The rear panel, sorry, that's the rear panel, that's the side panel, and then to those we fit the windows, or the openings for the windows. Like so. Then we've got a double, like so, and then we have a rear like so. Pretty straightforward stuff so far. To those we fit our plastic glass units. So we have a double at the back, and these go over the sections to serve as a connector. And there's the front panel. And that, if I remember rightly, is to be seated on the chassis. So I'll make sure you put it the right way around. If you are doing this with children, just be careful, because some of these pieces are pretty sharp. So there we go. There's the right hand side panel and the base done. Okay, so now we're going to look at 7, 8, 9 and 10, which is to fit this rear hatch. There it is. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky if you're not careful, because you're trying to keep all this together whilst putting this hatch in the right way. And as you can see, it's got a nodule on top that fits in that hole, with the handle at the bottom. Like so. Well, you can try and keep that balanced. So whilst you're fitting that, once you've fitted that, they're then suggesting you fit in the rear passenger side panel. Like so. Get any part of this wrong and it will fall to pieces. Trust me, this is not the first time I've ridden this rodeo. We've got an inside back plate which goes inside and down. Okay, that's fitting a lot better. So imagine this is some kind of parcel shelf. I'm going to put that to one side before I knock it to pieces. And then we'll get our front passenger side door. Our front passenger side panel. Like so. That requires a glass connector, a plastic glass connector where the windows should be, or for the windows. Like so. Now that takes us to 12, and 12 is suggesting that you connect, sorry, 11 is suggesting you connect the first two panels before you complete the rear. So try not to force it too much, but be firm. Okay, that's good. And then we are doing 12, which is our rear panel. That fits on nicely, it's starting to come together now. Now we can complete the rear door. and handle at the bottom. Rear window surround, rear window, like so. That can be positioned and put in place. Like that. Yep, looks good. We can turn it round to the front, and that's asking us to put on our plate, or front bumper and front plate. Before I go any further, just checking that I can still get in there to put that sticker on. We're also now looking at putting in our seats. Now usually these will sit on these axle mounts. We'll see if that's the case. I don't think they're going to go much deeper than that. Yeah, that looks good. And we've also got the rear there we go. Black, not the easiest colour to show up on camera. There we go. That takes us to 11, and we are looking at our front, which also has the infamous and famous VW badge. And when I was a kid, these were getting lifted off vehicles every other day as collector pieces. Then we put in our windscreen. There we go. That all fits into this bottom front panel. She does look nice. You can see why I wanted to do this one. Headlights, side lights, etc. to go in next, like so. That can now be mounted to the front. It's looking good. Put that to one side a moment. We can then take our roof and put in what I think is a representation of a vinyl panel. And that can go on. Certainly got a bit more rigidity to it once the roof's on. And if you're going to do this as a display model, you can always drop a bit of super glue on here and it'll never come apart. Turn this over to page 20. Oh, sorry, over to section. We've done 20 to 21. We have 2 axles that need a number 8 block attaching to them. Done that. We can separate the hubs from the plastic spur now. They can be mounted on both axles. Like so. Next, it's tyres onto hubs. Like so. And you'll notice there's a wide part, there's a one side is wider than the other, and it's the wider one that goes to the back. Like so. Then we've got some hubcaps. They just push it. So we can then mount these onto our base. And we've got a roller. A couple of bits to finish off. We have side mirrors. They just fit nicely into the side. Like I said, if you want security, you can super glue these in. Like so. And there we go. I think we've even got a spare VW badge. Excellent. So the only thing left to do is to put on a few stickers. We'll get those done and then we'll have a look at it when it's done. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. So there we go, folks. There's our completed VW camper van. I enjoy doing these little models. They can be surprisingly difficult to handle, I think, is because you're trying to hold so many parts in one go. But there you go. We've put the decals on the back, the stickers on the back rather, not decals. The fan belt at the back, number plates at the front, and there's some mirrors there. And just inside the cab is a steering wheel, so we've added that as well. So there you go, the Airfix QuickBuild Volkswagen camper van, no glue and no paint, just build, model number J6024. I recommend this if you've got kids, grandkids rather, or young kids just getting into playing with Lego, or want to do an Airfix model. You want to encourage them to have a go at doing a bit of construction that's not too expensive. These are great. So coming up next, we'll be back to doing diecast. In a couple of weeks we've got the DMC challenge, which is the Ashes, and the Aussies have set the tone for this challenge, which is any British muscle car. So if you want to take part, you can find me and others, the likes of Pimp My Diecast, the likes of Martin Dare, PB Restorations, Gravesend Australia. There's quite a number of people that have joined our channel, and I'm really grateful. And we'll all be taking part, or at least a good few of us will be taking part in this Aussie challenge. So if you want to come and have a go at it, by all means, it's any British muscle car. You can build it, you can restore it, you can fabricate it, plastic kit, diecast, doesn't matter, model, doesn't matter. Just has to be a British muscle car. I've got one selected that I'm looking forward to doing. I'm not going to say what it is at this moment in time, but that's the challenge. So you can find us on the Diecast Models community on Facebook. We've also got a Diecast Models community YouTube channel where we put out our weekly guide to all things that have been all builds from our friends around the YouTube universe. We stick them in like a TV guide and put it on the DMC channel. We've also got some still pictures of images from builders who haven't got YouTube channels, so we've started to do that as well. So come and join us, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.